be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk to God, go banging on his door.
You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks.
You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself
standing in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And the world's gonna know your name.
Yeah.
Cause you burn with the crossfade.
New York has always been my home, and I'm very pleased and happy that I'll be able to play out my career.
And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can go the distance, you can run the mile. You can walk straight through hell with a smile.
You could be the hero, you can get the gold. Breaking all the records they thought never could be broke.
Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. Are you ever gonna know if you never even try?
Do it for your country, do it for your name. Cause there's gonna be a day when you're
standing in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And the world's gonna know your name.
Yeah.
Cause you burn with the crossfade.
Yeah.
And the world's gonna know your name.
Yeah.
And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. Be a champion. Be a champion. Be a champion. Be a champion. The walls of the Hall of Fame.
Sometimes the draft is not very kind to certain basketball players because they'll put you with a team and they want you to win.
Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions, be truth seekers, be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers, yeah. Be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions, standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. Cause you burn with the crossfade. Know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be the King Kong hanging on your chest.
You can be a girl, you can be the world. You can talk a child, go banging on his door.
You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks.
You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself
Standing in the Hall of Fame.
They're playing basketball.
All around the
We
world.
love that basketball.
To the beach,
They're
y'all.
playing basketball.
Let's go. All around the
We love
world.
that
Y'all know
basketball.
this is so that.
It's gonna be a beautiful day of basketball here today, folks. We're not talking about just regular basketball. We're talking about street ball. Street ball will be played today, and coming into the court right now, man, Bow Wow and his teammates right now. Bob, what's up, man? Hey, all right now. Here, way better play.
Now basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. I keep it so fresh on the microphone. I like no interruption when the game is on. I like slam dunk to take me to the roof. My favorite play is the alley-oop. I like the pick and roll. I like the give and go. And it's basketball. Bow wow, let's go.
All around the world.
Oh, jeez. Oh, beautiful dunk.
What's up?
Yo, I got the rock in my hands, ain't no telling what I'm gonna do with it. When I got position, I'ma act a fool with it. I might cross you up and fake one way, turn around and hit you with the MJ fade away. I'm throwing down passes like J Kidd, taking cats to the rack, and I'm dunking on the right. C-Mac, when I'm in the plane, I play with that Lonzo style. I'm like Darius, cause I can
Shown too many players get offers like me. A back and forth unlikely. Shake the checks off your Nikes. They almost had me in a suit at the draft, cause it looked like a free throw when I be shooting from half. The first step like Iverson, blow past you. Usually nothing but net, but I could go blast too. When I'm in the paint, the defense so shook. They don't know if I'ma put up a slow hook or dish her for no look. See, my game consists of a whole lot of moves you would think I learned from the Harlem Globetrotters. JD gon' lead us to a ring. Fab and Bow Wow's the only players that make cheerleaders wanna sing. ring. Put it up, put it up, put it up, put it up now. Put it up, put it up, put it up now. Put it up, put it up, put it up now.
Now tell me, were you in the joint the night MJ scored 63 points when the Lakers won titles back to back? Didn't give nobody no kind of slack. When Vince Carter came, stuck his arm in the rim, everybody went crazy in the whole damn gym. Dikembe Mutombo standing tall, playing D with desires, basketball sing all around the world. Put it up, put it up, put it up now. All around the world.
That's so nice. You gotta play that. Now let me show you what's going on right here, man. See, that's not a finger roll. That's what you call it. Finger roll. That's the thing, man. My daddy covered that before he left the town.
Ball's not moving. They've almost degraded into it. 83% gives the Michael Jordan NBA Finals pose.
And the reason why they won, ladies and gentlemen, because they had more points.
More points. That's that.
And this core group, as I mentioned earlier, 12 seasons together, they've been together forever. Curry loses looks not once but twice. And then he makes another one. His fourth three. My goodness.
All of a sudden, everybody out of his way is exactly what he wants. There goes Curry. Curry fakes, pulls back, puts it up, puts it in. Stephen Curry does it again. And an 8-point lead for the Warriors. Now they corral Curry with the double. Got it! 4 on the floor for Curry, guarded by James. Curry gets away, swoops inside again, left-handed, banks it in. Curry met by Westbrook. Here's Curry. Yes! And the foul!
Doesn't want any sympathy, and he doesn't want to make any excuses.
Warriors trying to walk down the Clippers here in the first half. On a 12-4 run, Curry inline shakes the ball out of his boots and hits a fallaway jump shot.
Takes it out under the basket and suddenly goes 2 times behind.
Step on the sideline. It's 7 and 5 and 4. Curry to win. Good! 1:10 left. Curry, long three-pointer. It's good, and the foul. Steph Curry with a chance for a 4-point play, and the lead is cut to 6. Again, defending.
O'Neal tries the baseline, runs out of real estate. Oh! Falling away. Go! Rebound here. He's going to put it on the floor again.
The ill reminiscent, think about the fly days. Nothing like them 80 summer NY days. Hop on the MB5 days. Mopeds, pro kids, city split 5 ways. How it all started, 5th floor apartment. A jigsaw puzzle, aerial view of the project. A kid saw struggle buried the fear of his partners. Now chillin' resorts, enjoying the shots. Check out the oracle, bred from city houses. Nas, I am rising dead by thousands. I remember seeing Shane chilling near his Audi. Hollis had running them, but I probably put a poster up of Shannon Marley. That was art, kid. You let it hear the story how it started. The Beverly and Porn was a pop yet. Before there was an audience to watch as I show you, it was a process. How it all got started. Yeah. How it all got started. Hear the story. How it all got started. Back when. To call them fake today is hate. Real niggas extinct. Pop left me inside a rap world with niggas that wink at other rappers. Undercover niggas spit every way. Won't be surprised if all they rides have federal plates. Let alone they wardrobes and studio 4 flow. It was real when I appeared. It would've been some George broke knives. My real name, stage name, same thing. How could you let these lames claim king? I'm so ashamed, man. I'm like an hell for burning. For niggas who were burning hell for burning. 10th Street, 12th Street, Nightmare on Elm Street. Pimps creep delve deep inside the editorials of the ghetto Queens King. Stories true. Who possesses the testicular fortitude to blow away myths? That's a hindrance to all of you. You blame your own shortcomings on sex and race. The mafia, homosexuals, and all the Jews. It's hogwash point of views. Stereotypical, anti-Semitic, like the foul words Gibson spewed. And it's pathetic. I don't get the credit I deserve, so I hate doing interviews. But I don't sweat it, study long, study raw. My man Dion said Nas overthink the songs he writing. I'm not a whack performer standing there a corny hype man. I got the Donism in me, I'm here to enlighten. Yeah. How it all got started. Yeah. How it all got started. Hear the story. How it all got started. Back when.
Rebound back and dunked it. He dunked it on Olajuwon, who went tumbling to the floor.
Yeah, there was coming in too. Here's Curry. Shaquille.
Sometimes you just gotta go. You will never know what you could ever be if you never try. You will never see. Stayed in Africa, we ain't never leave. So it wasn't no slaves in our history. Wasn't no slave ships or no misery. Call me crazy, or isn't he? See, I fell asleep and I had a dream. It was all black, everything. And we ain't get exploited. White man ain't fear it, so he did not destroy it. We ain't work for free, see they had to employ it. Built it up together, so we equally appointed. First 400 years, see we actually enjoyed it. Constitution written by W.E.B. Du Bois. When no Reconstruction, Civil War got avoided. Little black Sambo grows up to be a lawyer. Extra, extra on the newsstands. Black woman voted head of Ku Klux Klan. Malcolm Little dies as an old man. Martin Luther King read the eulogy for Ham, followed by Bill O'Reilly who read from the Koran. President Bush sends condolences from Iran, where Fox News reports live that Ahmadinejad wins the Mandela Peace Prize. You will never know what you could ever be if you never try. You will never see. Stayed in Africa, we ain't never leave. So it wasn't no slaves in our history. Wasn't no slave ships or no misery. Call me crazy, or isn't he? See, I fell asleep and I had a dream. It was all black, everything. And it ain't no projects. Keeping it real's not an understood concept. Yeah, complexion's not a contest. Cause racism has no context. Hip-hop ain't got a section called conscious. Everybody rapping like crack never happened. Crips never occurred, no bloods to attack then. Matter of fact, no hood to attack in. Somalia's a great place to relax in. Fred Astaire was the first to do a backspin. The Rat Pack was a cool group of black men that inspired 5 white guys called the Jacksons. Eminem fitted in, but then again he inspired a black rapper trying to mimic him. And that's who really rose up out of Michigan, a signed white rapper by the name of 50 Cent. You will never know what you could ever be if you never try. You will never see. Stayed in Africa, ain't never leave, so it wasn't no slaves in our history. Wasn't no slave ships, wasn't no misery. Call me crazy, or isn't he? See, I fell asleep and I had a dream. It was all black, everything. And I know it's just a fantasy. I cordially invite you to ask, why can't it be? Now we can't do nothing about the past, but we can do something about the future that we have. We can make it fast, or we can make it last. Every woman queen and every man a king. And when those color lines come, we can't see between. We just close our eyes till it's all black, everything. You would never know what you could ever be. If you never try, you would never see. Stayed in Africa, we ain't never leave, so it wasn't no slaves in our history. Wasn't no slave ships, wasn't no misery. Call me crazy, or isn't he? See, I fell asleep and I had a dream. It was all black, everything.
With the first pick in the 1997 NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Tim Duncan from Wake Forest University.
He was the most motivated player I ever saw. Beaten.
First layup for two.
down to 10 seconds. We're walking out, and Larry said, I'm gonna get it right here, Ed, and I'm gonna shoot it in your face. He hit it, he looked at me, and he was like, damn, I didn't mean to leave nothing on the clock.
It's the first three-point contest, he says. I'm just looking to see who's gonna finish second.
This is a tie for the money.
Just absolutely unbelievable. Dominique guarded him, Cliff guarded him, Antoine Carr guarded him, I guarded him. Nothing worked.
Bird with 8 seconds. Bird on the drive. The runner is good again. Larry Bird is just unconscious.
He called it. He said rainbow trainer's lap.
And Bird falls into Joe O'Toole.
Guys are into the benches giving each other foul. I mean, Bird is a bad man.
Bird has 60 points.
He would do a head fake, or he would do this, and the guy would turn, and he would just fake the crap out of guys.
Larry told all of us and the media, he said, tomorrow night's the last game of the trip. I'm going to play this one left-handed. And at the end of 3 quarters, the next night in Portland, he had 27 points left-handed.
His body was behind the basket, and he released that left-handed shot.
Follows his own shot.
He would just flick it or tap it or bounce it to a teammate without even catching it.
Bird on the cut. That's the play of the game. Bird to the other end. Behind his back to the dribble. Now fires and scores. He's going to slow it up. Goes over the head to McHale. The inbound pass. The double team and Bird. Larry fake. Fall away.
If you were starting a team from scratch and you could have any player in history, who would be your very first pick?
In my estimation, the guy that has to be there would be Bill Russell. He won 11 championships as a player. The idea of what excellence is when you win championships.
Russell covers an incredible area of the court. Look at that big man move. He has all the tools. Quick hands, fine balance.
Russell, of course, gets the rebounds and starts that fast break. Celtics lead 43-39. Ninth and Russell. That was a big basket by Russell.
I was one of the best athletes on the planet. I ran hurdles and I long jumped.
Belgian Taylor driving across the middle. 94 to 80.
I was ranked number 2 and number 3 best high jumper in track and field in the whole world at the time. And I could run the 400 meters in the 40s.
40 seconds remaining, an 8-point lead. Bill Russell goes in. He dunks it.
My vertical was I could get my eyes above the rim, and I could touch the top of the backboard.
Siegfried, guarded by Goodrich. Russell rebound. Cousy in the lane. Russell.
He was a complete basketball player. I'm talking about the fact that the man could score. He averaged 17 points a game, which is only about 7 points less than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And we all know how he played defense.
You, Michael Jordan, Wilt, you have to pick one person. Who do you pick?
You pick Bill Russell. He will never distort your defense or your offense. I can close down the whole front court. The way I play, my team wins.
Bill did it in a variety of ways as far as blocking shots, keeping them in bounds, running the floor. We just try to make everybody around us better, and sometimes you got to be creative about it. The bar was set very high when we got there, and all we could do is just do our best to win championships and pay and continue to honor Bill Russell because he is the man.
Bill Russell was the perfect all-star teammate, precisely because his very raison d'etre was to make everybody else look good. Points did not interest him. He got you the ball. That's what he did.
Fantastic rebounding by Big Bill Russell. Bill Russell, 30 points and 40 rebounds.
He can even pressure Oscar into errors.
There's never been a defensive force equivalent of Bill Russell. He completely changed the game of basketball, completely defined the history of the game of basketball, and he did it without the ball. That's what Bill Russell did.
Russell just about invented what you could call defensive attack. Great spring and timing, and a keen mind which he's disciplined to anticipate his opponent's moves.
Probably the greatest play I've ever seen in my life. Catches the ball, throws Gus to the floor, still holding the ball. They carry Gus off the court with a dislocated shoulder from bouncing off the floor. I don't see how anyone in the NBA will ever be as strong as he was.
Mel Daniels was tough and rough, and anybody that kind of shoved him back, that was the last time you'd shove him because he'd come after you. And he started to fight with Flynn Robinson, and in those days we'd all jump off the bench, and Mel picked him up off the ground, and here's his legs are dangling like the little kids. Had him in a vice. Now Mel, you better calm down. Mel came back to the bench and said, how come you guys didn't come on and help me with Wilt? And Freddie looked at him and said, you gotta be kidding, right? Nobody's gonna mess with Wilt. Was the strongest human being I've ever seen in my life.
Everybody always points to Michael and making all these changes or things, but Wilt Chamberlain was the first one that really made changes. He was the first basketball.
But in Michael's era, it was one-hand check. When Wilt was playing, it was two-hand checks, and Earl Strom, the legendary referee who's no longer with us, said this to me a number of times. He said, Sonny, if we called all the fouls on Wilt, we wouldn't have a game. So there was two sets of rules for Wilt when he played.
The one game we played was against Chicago when he had joined us, near the tail end of my career. And it was this particular game, I don't think for 6 minutes, they never got a shot that hit the rim of the basket. And, Wilt just went out, contested every shot, jump shots and everything. I never saw anything like it.
Offensive was what your specialty was, not defense.
Well,
Bill Russell.
Yeah, Bill Russell was considered to be the much finer defensive player.
Well, was he?
Yeah. I think that Bill Russell was considered to be the most finest.
And you think Wilt Chamberlain was every bit as good a defensive player as Bill Russell was? Could block as many shots?
Unfortunately, if they had kept block shots, I think you and I would both know the answer right now. Who was? No. Unfortunately, it didn't happen until after I left basketball.
man has a smile that lights up a television screen from here to Bangor, Maine.
It's showtime.
If I was a team out there and knew that the net might want to show you, man, I'd sure be trying to get him. Right back. Oh, Kobe Bryant! Of human life! What a play! That was sweet. That's as good as it gets, folks.
Clear some space and go bomb.
Love me. Tonight defensively for LA. Bryant, yes! Serving up a facial on Yelp. Kobe is determined. Once he turns the corner, you see Posey asking for help. There's no help to be found. Yao just can't get over this game.
Inside, looking for Bryant. What a play!
One with Kobe. Although the thing about it is Kobe reverses it home.
Kobe Bryant thrilling this crowd with a move to the basket. The Lakers up on Minnesota.
Dak, a little anxious, lost the handle.
Rice ahead to Kobe for the reverse windmill.
Los Angeles, Kobe Bryant floats through the lane. Slams it in. He hangs on. Kobe Bryant getting his own miss and making him feel it at the other end.
Showtime slam dunk. The points he got tonight was a breakaway, and he's got just so much speed. He decides, well, what am I going to do on this dunk? Well,
2 days over the clock. Kobe. Challenge 3. Yes, and he's fouled. Unbelievable.
He's got it. He makes it, Stu. Ties or breaks the Laker franchise.
Look at that. I mean, a deep three and slash. Nothing.
O'Neal dishing off for Kobe Bryant. Oh, what a dunk.
And you hold people down in shooting. There it is. And hold him down. On Kobe Bryant. They catch him right there, turning his head. Caught Michael turning his head. He thought he could regroup. But any time that he young.
That's a great play by Shaquille O'Neal.
Fire him up as Shaq says to Kobe, show me how you do it, you little fella.
Reverse, 2-hand slam dunk. Maybe that'll wake him up.
Trail at 82-74.
Oh, Kobe hammered it home.
Look out. Will come in and get the... Well, that ought to be at the All-Star Saturday to let Bryant release him. And we told you in that first quarter, he's out quick. Out away from there. And finds Kobe.
Finds the rim. I mean, you talk about jump off the trampoline. Up, and and Steve Nash called for the blocking foul.
He takes it over. Kobe working against the foul.
Against McLeod, he dribbles it between with the steal. And he says, okay, McLeod, can you steal this? Whoop, between the leg. Whoop, elevation. But the Laker defense has been all over the Jazz from the very first tip. Transition.
In foul trouble with 4, approaching 7 to play. Kobe Bryant. That was unbelievable. Not in your wildest imagination.
Look at this. Gets the contact. Has no idea where the basket is. But here's the whistle. So he shoots it at the basket. Isn't this amazing? Look at Kobe Bryant. What a spectacular play. That might be the most sensational basket of the year.
Look at Maurice J.K.
The cars go by in the stream. Seems like I stand pretty much unseen. But I open my eyes and dreams come. Give me a symphony.
Less than 5 from way outside. Got it! Oh, man! With 2.1.
Score rise up. Wings playing in the loneliness. Get going. Give me a symphony.
Patterson in the air, a wild
Bryant for 3.
Seems like I stand pretty much unseen, but I don't know my eyes and dreams come. Give me a symphony.
Score. They need some help.
Long run out by Kobe Bryant. What did I just see?
You saw John change direction behind the back and then the finish. I mean, the finish. Oh, my goodness.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win.
The officials, you'll be still looking at it. They haven't made the official announcement yet.
Oh, no question. I don't know what the delay is.
And not even close.
And now it's official.
Ain't no need to seek it. I am content, drink like content. So unconscious, just me and my conscience. I'm running with the wild things, living to do wild things. Give me symphonies, give me more than the life I see. Skull rise up, angels play, let my loneliness get blown away. Give me symphonies, give me more than the life I see.
10 seconds left.
Give me symphonies, give me more than the life I see. Give me symphonies, give me more than the life I see.
Jabbar and Chamberlain. He's got 2 in a row over Wilson.
Now he knows it. A 15-footer, good!
Switching, here's Pierce again. A Smith screen. Posey will defend. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life.
Whoa! Boy, he has not been able to get in the lane, but man, oh man, what a punctuating quarter game.
Understand nothing was done for me, so I don't plan on stopping it all. I want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. Shutting shit down in the mall. And telling that girl she was one for me. I ain't even playing this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine.
My goodness.
They get it to LeBron. Curry outs on him at 3 and 2. LeBron to win the game.
He started off local, but thanks to all the haters, I know G4 pilots on a first name basis. In your city, faded off the ground. Nino, she insists she got more class. We know, swimming in the money, coming by me. Nemo, if I was at the club, you know I balled. Chemo, drop the mixtape, that shit sounded like an album. Who'da thought a countrywide tour would be the outcome? Labels want my name beside an X like Malcolm. Everybody
it to LeBron for three for the win. Yes! LeBron James and the buzzer as the Cavaliers have pulled it off to tie the series and what a miraculous shot by James!
He's as quick as the wind. I used to have hood fans. Off the top.
And James lets the crowd on its feet.
Until that bitch came and went hard all fall like the ball teams. Just so I could make it rain all spring. Y'all seen my story, my glory. I had raped the game young. You can call it statutory when they need to blow up. They can build statues from me. Oh money, Benjamin Boys. Super bad chicks. And a blocking foul is called on Devontae. You would think these niggas know me when they really does. And
check it to the left.
LeBron bounces off the glass and scores it just like that. The Cavaliers. LeBron steps in cameras out and goddamn got a chance to get an extra forever. Y'all can have it back.
Heat check. LeBron. It's done. He's as hot as a blowtorch.
It's a heat check. You knew that was coming.
61 all. Again, the Cavaliers off the offensive board. LeBron.
Just like in the summertime, knocking down jumpers in the gym and open
Right now, by the show put on by the Cavaliers.
Oh, look at this.
It's heat check. Heat check time. And all of a sudden, the L train is taking over the game. Heat check.
Pulls up.
Yes. It's heat check time. It is not fair. LeBron James single-handedly taking over this ballgame.
Like I'm running from the top street. Hop up in my car and go up over to the top. Life is such a fucking roller coaster, then it drops. But what should I aim for? This is my game part. My mind shine even when my thoughts seem dark.
Breakaway for the Cavs. Gets it to LeBron.
Let the queen talk. Check the price and pay attention. No rain. That's what they gotta say. I'm like Nevada in the middle of the summer. I'm resting in the lead. I need a pillow and a cover. My foot slipping over their defense. No great pass, no such state as last. Man, I mean nothing.
Oh my goodness.
I takes it away. Chalmers. Oh, whoa! And a technical foul call on Miami for the toss. You can send multiple players at LeBron. Down to 5. Down to 3.
Make somebody else beat you.
3 on the way. He got it!
There they go. Make somebody else beat you. Take the ball out of his hands. They go. Macadamian, they go. So ballistic.
The game
we can make them look
is
like
over.
pros. He's wondering if he should spit this slow. Fuck no. Go for broke. This car just
You cannot secure an attempt to
He ain't
shot.
got a bust like this since the last time that he overdosed. They've been waiting patiently for Pinocchio to fuck
Fade
his nose.
away.
Back into the
3.
game. And no rap will never be the same as
got
before.
36.
Bashing in the brains of these hoes and establishing a name as he goes. The best in the flame is ignited. You can't put it out once we light it. This shit is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about when we riot. You dealing with a few true villains who stand inside of the real true spilling and spit true feelings until the truth feelings come flying up out of our mouths. Never mind it. Payback, motherfucker, for the way that you got at me. How's it taste? When I slap the taste out of your mouth with the bass so loud that it shakes the place. I'm Hannibal Lecter, song just in case you're thinking of saving face. You ain't gonna have no face to say by the time I'm through with this place. I'm Dre.
Running hard.
May not mean nothing to y'all.
And superhuman defensive recovery by LeBron James.
Want this shit forever, mine, ever mine, ever mine. I'm shutting shit down in the mall. It's telling that girl she the one for me. And I ain't even planning the call.
Michael Jordan is not only the best basketball player, but he's the most exciting basketball player to ever play. We only dream about doing things that he can do.
I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
That wasn't Michael Jordan out there. It was God disguised as Michael Jordan.
into the future. So I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I wanna fly. Fly right into the future. I wanna feed the babies who can't get enough to eat. Wanna shoe the children, no shoes on their feet. I wanna house people living in the street. Oh yeah, there's a solution. Let me fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let that spirit carry me. I wanna fly. Oh yeah, fly right into the future. Time is all slipping, slipping, slipping into